So welcome back to the channel, and now there's a video about meditation techniques before you are reading. And there are many reasons why to meditate just before you start read. And the first one is to have, a calm breath, a calm sense of mind, a mind that is not interrupted by other distractions that you have experienced maybe during the day or during the week. The immersion becomes better if you meditate before you read, and the things you are grasping and are understanding will increase because you have cleansed your mind a bit. So this is a book channel and a storytelling channel. So it's not a yoga channel, but still, I want you to teach some of these things because I have also learned a lot of people how to meditate. So why not learn you to meditate for a while too? And there are a few things you should know with the techniques I'm teaching. The first one is that we are only working with our breath. That is to say that we have 10,000, even more thoughts every day in our heads. It's impossible to control them all. We cannot do that. But what we can control is our mind and our way and attitude towards the thoughts, not to react on them. And the teachings I've learned meditations from is from learning to pray in church, from Zen meditation. I've been to a lot of sessions, it's called, and Zen weekends, for example, Zen sittings, Zen Buddhist sittings. I'm also educated in Hatha Yoga, and that's three forms of yoga where meditation is one part. And I've also read a lot of things. As some of you know, it's Taoist literature, it's Hindu literature, it's Buddhist literature, spiritual teachings, it's Christian spiritual teachings. So everything I learn is a sum of all that. But when it comes to breath, it's important to say that we cannot control what's happening to us in our everyday life, but we can breathe calmly. And by breathing calmly, we reduce blood pressure, we reduce blood sugar, we reduce stress, and the body's reaction to the so-called fight and flight response. We are reducing that. So instead of being dramatic, overwhelmed emotionally, um, aggressive, and so on, we are calm instead. At least that's what we are trying to do. And I have two practices for you. The first one is tea meditation. I will show you how you do that. And I will also show you a Taoist meditation uh, technique. And when it comes to reading, I think you should do this only for 2 or 3 minutes. If you want to, you can stretch it up to 5, at least for this practice. And when it comes to tea meditation, of course, you need to have a tea that you like. I have a green tea here. It's a Weishan Maojian from Yunnan, China. You don't need these fancy teas to have a tea meditation. You can take the tea you like, but I think it enhances the meditative aspect to use the materials and cups and so on. This is a Guy one that is suited for tea meditation ritual. When you meditate with tea, we usually say that you meditate on the tea. And there are several ways how to do that, and this is the most easy form. You pour the tea into the cup so you can hold the teacup like this. You carefully smell the tea, you taste the tea between breaths. So I'm doing this recommend you to do this for a few minutes, as I said, and I'm not going to do the whole meditation now. Tell me if you want to see me meditate, then I will make the specific video on just the practice itself. But you start to hold the cup like this, close to your chest, so it touches your chest, so you feel the warmth from the cup, and then you start just breathing very calmly from your stomach. And when it comes to breathing, you don't need to push to breathing. It's not like you're working out. Just sit still, try to breathe, and you breathe in and out from your nose. And you can have your eyes open, your eyes closed. And when you have taken a few breaths, when it suits you, you lift the cup mindfully. Take a sip. You can wash the tea or have the tea in your mouth for a while, taste it, and then just see how it feels, how it moves your body. When you have taken the sip like this, you move the cup down and put it again against your chest. And then you breathe for a while. You can do this, take as many sips as you want. You can just sit with the tea against your chest. You can sit on a chair. You can sit on a meditation cushion, for example. You can sit on the bed. You can lie. Maybe that's more difficult. You can lie in the bed as well. Lean your back against the pillow, against the wall. You can use this. I should take 2 sips without talking so you see how it looks like. And then when you're done with your tea drinking, you can slowly open your eyes. If your eyes are closed, you put the teacup mindfully down in front of you on the floor or on the table. I recommend you to sit a few seconds more, maybe half a minute, maybe a minute. So that is one meditation you can use. Another meditation you can use, maybe you don't like tea, you can drink water, you can drink whatever you want to. But of course, tea is the best thing, I would say, for a meditation. This is the second meditation is a Taoist meditation. You use your hand, stand up, you put hand on stomach, and with this meditation, you shall just breathe in and out mindfully. You have the hand on the stomach to feel the movement of the stomach. So when you breathe in, the stomach goes out, and when you breathe out, the stomach goes in. And you just sit very relaxed, having the hand on your stomach and the palm of your left hand or right hand you have at your knees. And you can use a mudra if you want to. It's the special finger positions that is used in yoga. If you're comfortable with that, if not, you can just close your hands like this. I would advise you to keep your hand open to channel energies in the body for this. And you can do this practice for a few minutes as well as with a tea meditation. I advise you to choose just one of them before you read. See if it changes. You should, of course, sit in a quiet environment, or at least with music you feel is very relaxing, and just go along with the breath. So you have the hand, you put it on your stomach, and you feel the body move when you breathe in and out, and you breathe in and out, preferably through your nose. When you have done this for a while, you put your hand that you had on the stomach on your knee or legs, legs rather, I suppose, and just sit for a while. You should never end the meditation abruptly, either by opening your eyes quick or standing up quick, because you want to have this mindful attitude and mindful feeling in your body. So good to have the book very close to you, so you can just start reading. Try this if you want to. Write in the comments below if you want me to actually record the practice when I'm sitting, for example. So if you want to do that, you, of course, can tell me if you want me to do that. I wanted to, in the end of the video, show you some of the books for my spiritual quest, so to speak. Some are new, so if you follow the channel, not everything is things you've seen before. So this is a book I haven't showed you. Actually, it's Tao Te Ching, the Taoist source of wisdom. Taoism, which is Zen and so on, and Hatha Yoga and the Hindu inspired yoga, so to speak, or the roots is in Hinduism for sure. Yoga is a lot of focus on breath, a lot of focus on not putting up resistance, working with acceptance and so on. I think Tao Te Ching is one of the best books if you want to read something that explains this idea of acceptance, that we need opposites, that we should not resist different things, natural things that happens in nature, in our bodies, mostly. I speak about that. Don't resist change, just accept it. But with that said, if we talk about teachings, I think it's important not to accept things that are integrity breaking for you. That is a big mistake, and when you interpret mindful techniques in yoga, it can lead to, I would say, very sad consequences if you don't have your individual integrity. Every practice you do, every teaching you learn, should have to feel good in your stomach. No matter faith, religion, or spiritual practice. You have to do this very carefully, learn carefully, treat your mind and soul with respect, because practice can be very hard. Other books that I would like to show you is, if you want to get closer to spiritual stories, I think actually children books are great for that. Here is two. My Stories from Mahabharata. We'll also show you some one Christian book. I have two. This is the Hindu epic Mahabharata, and pictures and stories, obviously for young people, but it can be a great way to just dive into the stories. What is this about? I think you can get hold of these. Looks like this. I recommend it if you are really curious on this. I also have books for kids that I bought to my daughter, actually, when she was small. Ganesha, the Elephant Head God. This is also for kids, but a summary of the stories that you can use as well for exploring stories. Maybe you are not so interested into faith, and maybe you are a non-believer, you're agnostic, or you don't believe in God at all. So that's okay, but still you're interested in religion and faith, and still you need to maybe have practices for mindfulness and so on. So I think just learning where it comes from can be useful. I have three other books. This is a hymn book, Swedish Christian hymns. I think songs can be very mindful too. Maybe you should try to sing before you read. I haven't done that yet, but I can guess that it's very calming to actually do that. Not so. I think Jay here, a contemplative reader, he talked about the way of meditative reading. Now I'm forgetting the name of it, but he sent me some links to that. Loud reading, thinking on every word you read, what it means and so on. Digest it carefully. You can, I think Jay actually is doing some kind of reading of that on his channel. So the contemplative reader, please check that out. I think it's great. And lastly, this is a Zen book. It's a Taoist book, sorry. The Book of Chuang Tzu. And this is a mockery and hilarious stories about people who really believe in, materialism, desires, and so on. Short stories making more or less fun of people who live in that kind of reality and world, and every story tries to break the illusion of that materialism and is important. And then I don't mean economically, it can be, but it also has to do with the status, pride, things, all these kind of things. This book shatters that perception. And this is difficult for us living in a relative world to accept that, even for me. So I don't mean this is easy, and I don't mean you need to go that way either, but still it's quite interesting. And then I have the Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. And especially I would like to show you the institute where I get my inspiration from. It's Kevalia Dhamma in also Pune, between Mumbai and Pune. Pune is my birth city, and I've been there a few times as well. And they have a lot of good literature, which is both to the Indian audience, but also a bit westernized, but not too westernized, I would say. So focus on psychological health and physical health, for example, because all this is tied together, of course. But if you're not interested in the spiritual search, you can just go for the body and mind part, so to speak, according to your choice. So I hope you enjoyed this very different and special video from me today. And of course, I would like to know if you want me to have instruction videos. I think it's a little bit off side of the idea of the channel. Still, meditation is very important in many fantasy stories and many mythological stories. So as a practice, you can tie it together, of course, but I understand if some of you thinks this is maybe not in your interest, but then I don't think you are here for the last minute either. So with that said, I wish you a great Sunday. It's Sunday evening in Sweden, very cold winter, classic winter, and see you soon. Thank you and bye.